Okay, so do what feels right for you today. If something doesn't feel right, you can bring it back to a small movement, or you can bring it back to just focusing on your alignment and your breath. Are you excited? I know I am. I'm in a totally geeky mood as well. Okay. So this is going to be wonderful to really get us moving, warm everything through, and feel really uplifted as well. Just get this volume level right here for you. So coming into center then, let me just double check that. Yeah, I think that should be everything as it should be. All right, so you're coming into your basic stance then. Let's spread out through our toes. You're going to lift up all of your toes, place your big toes down on the ground, and then the next set, work your way all around to your little toes. And then round the outside of your foot, your heels, focus on spreading out and bringing your grip to the mat. And then through your arches, you can just gently lift through your arches. Good, and feel that connection to the ground. That's your base, that's your stabilizing force. Then we're going to sweep relaxation through low legs, bringing knees into a bend. Bring your hips into neutral, tuck them under. Use your pelvic floor muscles to do that. Relax your back. Through your back, you're going to lengthen and align each of your vertebrae, sweeping relaxation into belly. Extend through your rib cage just an inch or two there. Shoulders. Let's start off by bringing the shoulders forwards and up. Bring them back and down. And let's just remind the body of what good posture feels like. Bring the shoulder blades together. Slide them down your back. Bring the palms of the hands gently in this rotation upwards and outwards. And just take 3 deep breaths in here. On the next one, see if you can suspend your breath for a moment. On this third one, we're going to bend to our knees. Suspend the breath and the release. Nice. Let's try a few more breaths with that movement. So you're going to breathe in. Suspend the breath, suspend, and then release. Again, deep breath in. Suspend your breath and release it. Coming back into center here. Let's bring the shoulders and that forwards, up, back, and down movement. We're going to circle and rotate the shoulders all the way round. Bring them all the way up to your ears, all the way back and down towards your feet. Bring them all the way forwards, as far forward as you can, up towards your ears. Bring them all the way back and down. Whoa. Warming up through there. Let's reverse that circling. Bring it up and round. Up and round. And 4, 3, 2, one more. Nice. Here we're going to bring our shoulder into this rotation using your whole arm. So you can start off with the small circle out to the side. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can make it bigger. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. Let's try a small circle first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Bit bigger. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We can go swimming down that river, one and the other. Alignment through the full length of spine. Whee! Nice. All right, let's bring that into center here. We're going to elevate our hands out to the side. So we're going to do some of those gorgeous leg swings, that dynamic stretch. It really warms up through your hips. I'm going to bring the leg on a gentle diagonal, but it has a little bit of a curve to that motion. So don't feel it has to be a rigid straight line on a diagonal. You can rotate slightly through your hip socket there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, you can use the back of a chair if that works for you. Let's place that foot down in center. Try on the other side. You can turn your hands from when, just rest them down. Take a deep breath in. Raise your hands, other side. Swinging out to the side on diagonal. Really warming up through the hip socket. Warming up into balance for the day. Activate through your pelvic floor muscles. That's going to really help you to stay balanced, centered, and focused. And return that one down. Now this time we're going to do another kind of a dynamic leg swing, but this one is going to be forwards and back. You can place your hands on your hips, or you can hold on to the back of a chair, or you can position yourself with your hand against a wall there. So we're going to come forwards and back. Swing forwards, back, forwards, back. You can do this as fast or slow as you like. Try keep your hip facing neutral down to the ground. You can make that a bit bigger and start to slightly pivot through your hip. Then we're going to place that foot down. Try that on the other side. So you might want to shift if your support is stationary. You might want to change direction. Do a few slow ones, and then gradually you can speed that up. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Four, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Take a deep breath in. Hands come up towards the sky. Let's take our footing nice and wide. You're going to bend through your knees. Gently bring your hips back and down. We're going to pause about midway. Bring it all the way back upwards again. And we're going to release that. Here you can have a bend through your knees or extension through your leg. Bring your hands up to the top. Let's try that again. This time we're going to, as we breathe out, your next breath out, you're going to bring your hips back and down. It's into this gentle squat position. Keep a nice straight back, nice open chest. And then we're going to collapse into that this time. Whee! Coming outwards. Hands come up towards the top. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring your hips back and down. It's a squat position first of all. And then we're going to fold forwards. So you're going to come forwards, bring the crown of the head to the ground, tailbone up to the sky. And just hang out here for a moment. Good. Let's bring that all the way up towards the top. Hands come up. Deep breath in. You can bring your hands down if you like, a little rest there, a little rest phase. Let's try that again. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring your hips back and down into that squat position. So you're utilizing the muscles before you release them. It's a kind of PNF stretch. And then we're going to release that. You're going to fold forwards. And rest here a moment with the crown of the head to the ground and the tailbone up towards the sky. You can walk your hands forwards here if that feels good for you. Press your heels into the ground. And you're enjoying that releasing, lengthening effect through the back of your legs and through your hips, your glutes. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we can return the bend to our knees. Let's walk our hands round towards one side. And here we're lengthening through the back. We're releasing through the vertebrae, mobilizing the spine itself. Keep your hips facing forwards. That's what helps this one to work. If you've turned round enough with your hips anchored, you can actually also receive a stretch all the way up to just underneath your arm in at your rhomboids. Relax through your neck. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we're going to come through center. out towards the other side. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Keep the hips facing forwards. Keep that bend through the knees. Keep that steady. And just allow those muscles to release any tension. Deep breath here. And we're holding each of these stretches long enough to actually impact our well-being, our flexibility. Take a deep breath in so that you receive all of the potential benefits. Let's unwind gently, coming up one vertebrae at a time through low back, mid back, upper back, your neck, your head. Woo! And your hair. In my case. Let's walk our feet into center. This next one here is another deep hip opener. It's a dynamic stretch. I'm going to lift upwards. Again, you can use the back of a chair or a wall. So you're going to bring your hip into action by bringing the leg, rotating through your hip, bringing your leg across the front of your body, and then opening wide outwards. Cross in front, open wide. Cross in front. You're aiming for about 90 degrees through that hip. And then return that down. So we had the dynamic element where it's without the anchoring of hands. And then we turn it into an assisted stretch by applying some pressure on the outside and the inside of the knee. Let's try that on the other side. So we're going to lift up about 90 degrees. Find your balance point. Here we go. So I'm going to come inwards and release. In, release. Nice and strong through your core, pelvic floor muscles. Nice. And then we're going to apply some pressure to bring that added element, a deeper stretch, an assisted one. One more. Well done. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, join me in making your way down towards your mat, any way that works for you. I'm going to pass through a nice squat position just for a moment, but if this doesn't feel right for you, you can simply come down to a cross-legged position and I'll meet you there in a moment. So what I'm doing here is recalibrating all the muscles within my entire system, literally squatting down in this natural squat position, but it's not necessarily accessible to everyone, so I'm giving you that as an option. All right, if you're going in for that option, just bring one hand behind you, one in front, and use those to help you come down towards the mat to meet up with everybody else there. So, as we rest down, we're gonna sit up high on hip bones. We're going to bring our feet out in front. We've got this extended, elongated diamond shape in here. And just as we did a moment ago with that assisted stretch, we're now going to work a bit deeper into the opening through our inner thigh. So you're going to apply some gentle pressure. You can use your elbows, your forearm to do this. We're going to pivot through our hips with a straight spine. And you're going to imagine bringing your rib cage up and over the top of your feet. Or you don't necessarily need to imagine it. Perhaps it becomes more and more of a reality the more that you practice this stretch. Let's try it. We're going to take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're simultaneously bringing the rib cage up and over your toes. Pivot through your hips forward and use your elbows and your forearms to apply some pressure to bring your knees down towards the ground. You're going to find that initially you're going to have resistance from your body. That's natural. Just acknowledge that. And you don't necessarily want to go into the full expression of any stretch right away. You want to ease yourself in, gently hold it there, see how it feels. And you can always take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you can see if there's a little pocket of space opens up for you. That is always an option for you. So you can always start off small and use that breathing technique to find a deeper stretch once you're there. And just hang out here for a moment. Remember and keep that chest leading. Keep the chest open and bright and let that be your guide. Bring the chest towards that area. Just in front of your feet. Good. Well done. Take a deep breath here. As you breathe out, let's gently unwind. Bring your spine into alignment. Coming back upwards into center there. And so this is lovely and releasing for your inner thigh. It's opening for your hips. What we can also do is release through your outer thigh and through your outer hips as well. So this one here, what we're going to do is just reverse that knee. So rather than have your knee coming outwards, your knee is facing directly in front of you there. I've brought my foot out to the side. So we were in here, toes together. I'm going to pick the knee up towards the sky. And I'm going to continue that on as I bring my foot out to the side and the knee comes down towards the mat. I'm sitting up high on hip bones. And already I can feel a sensation of stretch through this outer thigh. Now, if this isn't accessible for you here, what you can do is roll up a blanket or use a cushion and place that underneath your knee and use that as a support to hold you at a position where you feel a stretch, but it's not too extreme. So I'll let you adjust yourself there. If you don't feel a stretch here and you'd like to go deeper into an element of stretch, what you can do is you can do both sides at the same time. Let me show you that option. And this isn't accessible to everybody, but it might be for you. We're going to lift the knee up as we did on the other side, and we're going to place the foot out wide. Here, you might want to lift your hips and place them down again, making sure that you're sitting up high on hip bones. Now, this is quite an advanced stretch, so I would say definitely take it easy if you are attempting this one, and be very, very mindful of your knees. Again, if you're going in for both, you could place a rolled blanket underneath. Take a deep breath in here. If you're doing both sides, stay with that there. If you've been doing one side, we're going to just gently rotate over towards the other side. So on the other side, then what you're going to do, if you're here, you're going to pick this knee upwards, place your foot in together, take them wide apart. So you're in that elongated diamond shape that you were in. We're going to lift the knee up on the other side, bring the foot out to the side, bring the knee facing in front of you, sitting up high on hip bones. And you want to feel both hip bones pressing on the ground. If you don't feel both hip bones pressing on the ground, that could be that this is a little bit too deep of a stretch for you. And you might want to elevate slightly through here or play about with taking your foot a little bit wider out to the side. Take a moment to breathe in there, whichever stretch you're going for. And give yourself permission to release any tension. Good, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you can lift your knee upwards. You can use your hands to support you. We're going to bring both knees in together, upwards towards the sky, gripping on. And just give yourself that hug of self-care. You can use that as a gentle glute massage if you like. It's really nice, releasing. From here, we're going to extend our feet away, bring the toes up in towards you. You could take that wide. We're high on hip bones once more. We're going to extend our hands up towards the sky. And from here, we're going to twist round towards one foot and bring that rib cage up and over the top. The distance that you travel is not the focus. The focus is bringing nice alignment throughout your hips, the full length of back, and bringing those toes in towards you if that feels beneficial for you today. Deep breath here as you breathe out. Gently coming into center. On the other side, let's rotate into center. Bring your hands upwards. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to rotate round to the other side. Bring your ribcage up and over the top of toes. And bringing the toes in towards you. That alignment all the way through. Lengthen through the back of your legs. Enjoying that release. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, let's return back into center. Twist round through your waist. Wow. Nice. And from here, we're going to bring our feet into a cross-legged position. Sit comfortably there. We're going to enjoy just releasing through our back. So you're going to bring your hands in front and walk your hands in front of you. Walk your hands in front of you. Keep your hips on the ground if you can. Walk your hands forwards and you're rolling down through your back. Rest here a moment. Release your neck. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to walk our hands back upwards. We're going to reverse our legs. So whatever way your legs are crossed, probably the most comfortable way for you, cross them the other way, that way where it feels just like a bit weird. And then let's try the other side, the same stretch. We're going to bring our hands in front. Just gently walk your hands in front of you there. Releasing down, try to keep your hips on the ground, and you'll feel individually one vertebrae after another being released. Those long muscles of back can relax. Release your neck. Breathing in. As you breathe out, coming back into center. Let's rest comfortably now. We're going to release through our wrists and our forearms. So you're going to bring your hands in front of you. Fingers are facing in front, and you can spread out your fingers. And we're going to rotate round and bring the palms upwards. Palms up to the sky. We're going to replace them back down to the ground and come into tabletop position with our whole body. And in that tabletop position, nice straight back. Your knees and hips in alignment. We can untuck our toes. A nice stretch, mini stretch through our feet. And here, you can gently, if it feels right for you, we can extend into that stretch a bit more, the stretch through your forearm and your wrist. Just slide your hips forwards. That's going to give you a deeper stretch through your wrist there. And return that back into center. And try that one more time. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're just going to bring your hips forwards. It's a very simple stretch, but it's a very effective stretch. It can be quite a deep stretch. Do be careful not to overstretch. And gently return the hips back into center. At this time, if you feel able to and you want to, you can try that the other way around. Just being careful with how much weight you place through the hands. So keep the knees and the legs active, and you're just very gently going to come forwards And then let's release that. And as you release that, you can bring your hips all the way down towards your glutes. Bring the palms back down onto the mat, down to the ground. Walk your hands forwards and let's release. You can take your knees wide if you want to and let your hips really open here. It's a restful, rejuvenating stretch. Very restorative for digestive system as well. Good, deep breath in. As you breathe out, you can gently lift upwards back to that tabletop position. You can bring yourself into a cross-legged position. And then just to finish off today, bring your hands on the back of your head. Bring the elbows forwards and use your hands and arms to release through the back of your neck, bringing your chin to your chest. Good. On your next breath out, we can release that back into center. Bring your hands, both hands round. One hand to the ground, walk the fingers out, bring the hand down. Keep the shoulder low. You're gonna bring your ear over to your shoulder on one side. Lengthening out through one side of neck. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're gradually going to come all the way back round. On the other side, walk the fingers out. Take the hand low, the shoulder follows. Keep the shoulder low. As you come all the way round, bring that gorgeous releasing stretch to the other side of neck, through shoulders. Good. On your next outward breath, gently return your head into center. Bring that supporting hand all of the way round. Rest your hands on your knees, palms upwards, shoulders in alignment, hips in alignment, spine in full alignment. Take a deep breath in, a cleansing breath as you breathe out. Let's take another 2 breaths like that. One more deep cleansing breath. Into center. If there's any particular area of your body that you would like to continue on stretching, you'll find lots of more stretches on our playlists for gentle and dynamic stretching on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. Whee!